Welcome back to the Retro Sports Gamer channel. NCAA Football 2003 is the game once again. I'm playing with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish from South Bend, Indiana. Ranked number 17 in the country. Just beat Navy, pounded them down. And now I am going into a game versus Rutgers, which is making the national broadcast. A 2-8 Rutgers team. Maybe their team's better than the record shows. I guess we will see. But climbing up the ladder here, the Navy game was by far the easiest game I've had. Blew them out of the water, 49-0. Every other game's been pretty close. Still managed an 8-2 record to this point. We'll see if we could keep climbing and get a good bowl game. I think national championship's probably out of the question. But, yeah, we'll see if we get in that top 10. That would be pretty good. But a game versus Rutgers, not going to get me too many rank points up there. What's up, Infamous Smoke?
Of the University of Notre Dame. And we've got some pretty windy conditions.
I hope everyone's enjoying the NCAA football 2003 season. I know I am. That's why I keep going back to it. Just good memories of these games. Very easy to play. Challenging enough for where it makes it worth playing. We got the big-time announcers for this game.
The Scarlet Knights look like they're going to get killed out there. What do you think? The same thing, Kurt?
There's no question about
I keep
it.
this tape over my cameras, and I think that it smudges up and makes the lights look weird in my basement. So that's why I'm moving the computer around to get that reflection off of the camera.
Thanks, guys. Should be an exciting game. Now let's get down to midfield where they're ready for the coin toss.
Yeah, it's, it's tough to get in the groove, Smoke. I've been doing this for, I want to say over 5 years, the YouTube channel. And I've always got the motivation to at least do it, a couple times a week, even on my laziest weeks. I wouldn't say it's never laziness on my part. It's just energy at the end of the day. I don't want to come on a stream with no energy, not wanting to talk at all, because that's not gonna make for a good stream. I think about doing videos and streams often. It's just a matter of getting the time to do it. Ooh, that could have been a face mask.
At the 22. A yard, maybe 2 on the carry.
Little slants. There we go. Quick slants.
It's 2nd down and 8 to go. Ball on their own 22.
You're playing other games. I mean, if you just bought a PS5, that's going to take up a lot of time.
Back to pass. Now he's scrambling.
Nothing was there.
He's out to the 30. To the 40.
Don't hit me late.
Big gain on a quarterback scramble.
What's up, Adam?
Receivers run the defenders off, and all the quarterback has to do is run to the vacant spot on the field.
And don't forget about the awareness of
I'm
the
going to try
quarterback
to
recognizing
spread
the
them out
coverage
and bust
courage
up a
to throw
run.
it downfield.
See how it goes.
With 4 wide receivers. Number 22.
Not well.
Nothing doing.
Plugged up pretty easily.
On the play.
Give this linebacker a big play in that stat column for an excellent tackle there.
2nd and 11. Ball on the 39. Number 7 with 3 wide receivers. Number 7 drops to throw. Fires up.
Ooh, just got it over the linebacker's head. I was wondering if that was going to be a good decision or not. And it paid off.
He provides a nice big target out there for the quarterback.
It's 1st and 10. 5th play of this drive coming up. The Scarlet Knights line up in a 4-3. Number 7 on the option. Laterals back.
Option not working too well there. I think I picked up a couple yards though.
couple of yards there on the option to the halfback. It's 2nd down and 8. 6th play of this drive coming up.
Try to get 21 on the
Lines up
hitch.
as a single back.
And
Number
that's
7
covered.
back to throw. He's going to try and scramble. Slides down to the ground. And
Blinded
he's
by
got a
science.
huge
Yes,
gain.
that is the card on the right.
He looks and looks. He sees
Adam.
nothing. He didn't get rattled.
Experts
Sees some
know
green in front
best.
of him, and he takes off.
It's
Ends up with a
another
great
card from the Illuminati card game. That's what I've been featuring on the right side instead of the logo. Something else to talk about, to question.
Come out in a 34 defense.
But basically, you know, that's
Handoff up the middle.
those are two of the key words that I talk about. Experts in science. Whenever the media talks about experts in science, they just expect you to trust those experts in the science they're talking about and not question it.
It's 2nd down and 7 to go. This is the 8th play of this drive.
You know, I don't think anyone's against science, but
Ace
when you
backfield.
are just expecting
Number
people to
7 drops
blindly
back.
believe the science that
looking.
only
He's scrambling.
you're
He
talking
guns
about.
it to
Oh
the right.
no,
Bounces off
he was
with a
double
tackle.
covered. I should have never thrown that.
What a
My running
catch.
back
I'm
looked like he was
surprised
open,
able to
and
hang
I
on to that one.
You know, sometimes you
I
hear
went
people
with
say
who I
that
originally
defensive
wanted to
backs
throw
can't
to
catch
there,
the ball very good. That's why they play defensive
and it
back
did not
instead of
pay
receiver.
off.
Well, this guy just proved that theory wrong. He can definitely catch the football.
Yeah, there are some exceptions. I will definitely admit that.
But yeah, if you listen, if you still watch TV, listen to the news, they're going to use experts a lot. What verifies these people as being experts?
2nd and 11.
Is
Ball
it a
on their own
title?
26.
You know, what is it exactly?
Notre
And
Dame
when they talk
lines up
about
defensively.
science, they know
4-3.
people aren't going to go
They get
do
out
the
there on the
experiments of
They'll wrestle
whatever
him down in the
science it is
backfield.
that
They
they're
get a
talking
1-yard
about.
loss on that one.
So they just expect you to trust it. And that's what blinded by science is.
3rd down and 12. Ball on the 25. 4-man front by the defense. He drops back. Looks. He scrambled. Number 12 is going to be sacked for a loss.
Big time sack. They're going to be punting right back. 3 and out. That's what I had to force after a bad pick.
Simply use power to slide right through and come up with the pressure to bring down the quarterback.
It always seems in these bigger games that I'm slower to get points on the board. Make mistakes early.
Number 34 takes it at the
Ooh,
45.
come
There's a
on.
fumble.
Another. Oh, thank goodness I got that back. Do I think news reporters are evil? I think they just follow the scripts that they're told, and they know there's certain boundaries that they can't talk about. So the thing about,
Man backfield. Drops
hold
back
on
to
a second.
pass.
Oh
Here comes
no,
the
I was gonna
pressure.
hit it to my
Number
tight
7
end.
is going to be sacked for a loss.
So
Heavy pressure
I
on
think
him.
that most of them are just useful,
Boom. He went down.
Yeah, that pocket
you know,
just collapsed
tools
right on top of
for the
quarterback.
system. They don't really necessarily believe that anything that they're saying is
2nd and long. Ball on the
is
48-yard
evil,
line.
most of them. But
Notre
what they
Dame
end
comes
up
to the
doing
line with 3
is
wide.
perpetuating
Back to pass.
evil by
Under
following
pressure.
the script and
Looking.
not being an
Going
actual
deep.
journalist or reporter.
21 tips it away. Almost picked off there.
If I'm the offensive
One
coordinator
thing
upstairs,
about,
I'd
they're
mark
called
that play down and make sure I
newscasters
don't
is
pull that
another
ball there again.
word
Passing
for
situation here on 3rd and long. Ball on the 48-yard line.
news reporters,
The
right?
Fighting
Newscasters.
Irish come out showing 3 wide. He drops back. He's looking. He
Oh,
wants it
what is
all.
that?
Going long.
Big time catch.
Number 2 brings him down at the
Big
16-yard
30-yard
line.
catch. So newscasters,
Great play. And this is a play that we saw
spellcasters, you know, since if you've ever seen the Conan O'Brien skits back in the day where he would just show how all of the newscasters throughout the country, local stations, they're all saying like the exact same thing on the nightly news.
Number 22 on the inside handoff.
And this is, you know, kind of exposes the propaganda and the script of it all. But you know, if you look at the word
And
news
that's the end of the first quarter, and we've got a tie
and you
ball
think
game.
about
And we're ready
newscasters,
now for the start of the
spellcasters,
second quarter.
news is north for N, E for east, W for west, and S for south. So the media, the news, it gets across everywhere,
2nd and 5 coming
and
up
they're
here.
expecting
Follow
it
the
to
11.
run people's thoughts and their mind.
Notre Dame goes with the ace set here. Looks. He rolls out to the right.
Got to go for it. Oh, the juke. He didn't fumble at least.
Number 2 with a takedown.
Yeah,
The
The Truman Show's a good
7-yard
movie.
pickup on the scramble by the quarterback.
I don't think I've ever watched the whole thing, but I've watched videos and how it's referenced and what it's about. I actually watched the
They come
full
out with 3
YouTube
wide
video.
receivers.
I think it was by Truth Stream Media breaking down The Truman Show and how it's,
Number 7 gives it up the middle. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
you know, you're just programmed to
Nice call by the coaches here.
live out a reality within
Near the goal line.
the given matrix, and you don't even know it.
Open up the whole rim to score, and without them, you got yourself a pretty plain sandwich.
But you can find your way out of it. That's what I'm here to tell you. Even what I do here on this channel, you know, I wouldn't be able to do it if these games weren't created, if the sports weren't created before the video games. So it's just kind of like piggybacking off of everything that's been created for me or for people. But one of the reasons I started a channel for sports is because I've always felt like sports were one of the most wholesome, honest things in society. Just good, honest competition. Now, do I think it's that still?
Number 12 comes to the line with
I don't
3
think it's
wide.
honest. I still think it's good competition and entertaining. But there's been a lot of things come out over the years with crooked
Number
referees
81
and
brings
things
him down at the 20-yard line. Nothing gained on the play.
where it's not necessarily honest. The Video Game Hall of Fame is in Rochester, New York. What's up, Cool T Joe? Didn't know that.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 20. Number 12 with 3 wide receivers.
But
Drops back to pass.
in a lot of
He
ways,
passes it.
the way these
And it's
video
incomplete.
games are programmed to play, even though it is a virtual thing, it's more real in a lot of ways as far as the results than some of the sports that we watch today.
It's 3rd down and 10. Ball on the 20.
And you know, like in the midway games, there's rubber band AI where they make it's programmed for the computer to come back.
Number 12 steps back to pass. Lets it
But
fly.
these simulation
And they
games
push him out to the
usually
30.
are
Caught out of bounds and incomplete.
Great effort
programmed
here
in a
by the
way where
lineup,
it's
but
pretty
you know
fair.
what? The quarterback was off just enough to cause that incompletion.
I never really notice any crookedness on the EA Sports games on like all American level, because once you go to the top level Heisman or all Madden, then it
Number
just
22 calls
basically
for the fair
brings
catch.
the sliders
Makes
down
the
to a
fair catch
point
at the
where
49-yard line.
you're just missing catches that you should make, and just kind of makes it unfair within the confines of the programming.
They'll take over at the 49. Ace backfield.
So, you know, for people that like sports competition,
Number 22.
doing
the ball
something
carrier.
athletic,
Tackle at the 48-yard
like we
line.
wouldn't necessarily
Back at
have
the 3
to play these certain sports or be fans of these certain sports. Like we could make our own games up and play those at the park and try to market them to a group of people
It's 2nd down and 7
and
to go. Ball
do
on
it
the
that
40.
way. But
Defense
since
lines up.
the
8 men in the
system
box.
is so powerful, where these sports are played at high school and college level,
Rolls to the right.
you know, a lot of them in grade school, then they just become part of your reality, and like you just go towards those sports versus like making up your own stuff. I always think back to, the games these days got to be patched to work properly. Yeah, they're just, I just think they're overwhelmed with all the programming they have to do to make the graphics right and the demanding community of gamers. It's kind of rough. But yeah, my cousin in Indiana, my cousin Ryan, one time made up his own game called Argball, and was played with like a tennis racket in the outfield of a baseball field, and it was just like 1-on-1, or you could play 2-on-2, and you just took turns like flicking the tennis ball up, and you were just trying to get on either side with your flicks, and then you could also counter it by like getting under the ball and just hitting it with your racket before it hit the ground. And those were always like good counterpoints, and you're just trying to get it over the fence. So he like made up his own game, and it was actually fun. And but it just goes to show you like creativity of a younger kid making up his own game and then showing it to his cousin or his friends and then having them play it. But it doesn't have the media power, or the schools aren't going to start playing Argball. What's up, Greg?
Notre Dame comes to the line.
Transition into the holiday season?
Number 7, back to pass.
Well, it's fine for me. Oh, hit the spin. And the juke. And the break tackle touchdown. I'll accept it with the touchdown. Yeah, I mean, there's just less to do here in Chicago, but I got my spots. I'm still, seeing my family or whatever. Some of my other family members are afraid of coming because they do listen to the newscasters, but I don't. I don't accept that type of control. Do I think that Trump is done? Well, I haven't been following it closely. I would say the way this year is going, anything could still happen. It certainly looks that way, but I wouldn't rule it out completely. Because remember, order out of chaos, you're going to get the most chaos if you come back like in end of December, January, and say, oh, no, actually, Trump won the election after 2 months of people thinking Joe Biden won. So I wouldn't count him out.
They'll go to work at the 20-yard line.
Flying low here, Warcraft, Pokemon, Tecmo being the 3 constants currently. So when you say Pokemon, what are you talking about? You play the video games, or you play the trading card game online?
And they'll have 2 remaining.
One of your baggers lost his girlfriend to the virus, and one of the cashiers is likely to die of kidney failure. Okay. That sounds rough. That sounds definitely rough. Don't know what happened there, but
ball on the 24-yard line. 4-man front by the defense.
If they're younger, well, it doesn't matter if they're younger. If that's what's happening. Oh, big pick. That is not good.
Not a good time for an interception,
but we do have to accept our fate, which is death. Not to go in a grim direction, but it's just that's one of the givens of being alive. One day that will happen.
They'll bring him down at the 33. They get 3 yards.
Oh yeah, PS2 is awesome. It's taken me a while to like get back into it, because it's kind of like in between the retro systems and the modern systems as far as the graphics and gameplay, but it's really a great middle ground between modern systems today and the retro systems.
So he calls his own number and gets about 6 yards.
Oh, you play Sword and Shield. Yeah, Go I really enjoyed. Pokemon, or no, not Go. That's not what I'm thinking of. It was Let's Go Pikachu. I played that with my daughter. And she just, you know, liked to catch the Pokemon. But I played through it because it was kind of like playing through a version of Pokemon Blue, which is like the only one I played on Game Boy. Girlfriend is in her 40s. Oh, cashier in her 80s, yeah. What's up, James Bond?
About converting the first down in that situation, it looked like.
Oh, man, I've just lost track of the time. There's only 9 seconds left.
It's 1st and 10.
Blinded by Science, also, it is a song.
The Fighting Irish line up in an I formation. He drops back. He's looking.
No.
Now he's scrambling. Nice spin move. Number 92 comes away.
Took
with
myself
the sack.
out of field goal
Notre Dame
range.
Takes a timeout, and they'll have 1 timeout left.
Yeah, the Blinded by Science song, I've listened to it recently. It's a good song. It's not a big truth reveal though as far as the lyrics.
Notre Dame comes out with an I formation. Number 7 drops to throw.
Could
He
it be?
goes downtown.
Oh, that's
He's gonna take it to the
huge at the end of the half. Throwback to Gen 1. Yeah, that's why I liked it, because I always felt like they should have put a Pokemon RPG on the N64. I bought Pokemon Snap thinking that it would be something like that. It was nothing like that, so I was pissed. And then they held it back for so long on being on a console at all because they wanted it to drive the handheld sales.
And he missed it. He missed the extra point.
Oh, I missed it?
And we've reached
Okay.
halftime here. The score
I wasn't
at the
even
break,
looking.
Notre Dame 20, Rutgers.
Why they want another lockdown in 2021? Well, some people will say it's because the virus is not going away, but I have a different opinion on that. You know, they want to wear people down, so they just take the vaccine and move on with their life. But you know, the fact that they're sitting people down, making our lives worse and miserable just to take that, should raise some eyebrows. It's not something you want to jump into. Yeah, you're right about that, Greg. I definitely agree with that. It will be sticking around. People are, unfortunately, a lot of people are listening and putting up with it, and they're not really breaking free from some of the deception going on. So we will definitely see that. Employers are getting very aggressive with some of this, like corporate employers, universities.
He's looking for his man. Incomplete pass.
I mean, the stuff going on at my work, the emails they're sending us, is just mind-blowing. They actually want us to sign a mandatory form that says we have to get tested once a week for our ID to work to access any of the buildings. And you have to have 2 negative tests, so I guess they would want you to go downtown twice, and you can't even go work. Like, it makes no sense. To me, it's like they just don't want people in the office anymore at all.
4th and 2 coming up on this one. Ball on the 24-yard line.
Hey, I hope you get that promotion, you know, if you're up for it. Yeah. Right, you're talking about the Blinded by Science on the left. Copernicus quote, fall for the religion of science. I mean, science is a good thing when it's based off the scientific method and, you know, it's verifiable and you could use it to create things. But when you just believe everything that they say connected to science, that's when you fall into trouble.
The Fighting Irish come out in the ace formation.
Or
Here's an
get
option
into
right
trouble.
side.
When
Makes
I
a
try to
roll.
slate juke, it didn't
Number 49
pay
with a
off.
takedown at the 46-yard line. The running back gets 2
No
on the
opening
carry.
over a year. Did no one expect anything certain from astronomy which cannot furnish it?
Number 22 lines up as a single back.
Yeah.
Number 22 on the inside handoff.
I mean, the more you know, the
Brings him down.
you figure out, like, the less you
7-yard
actually
run by
know.
the running back.
That's what it comes
Third
down
one coming
to.
up on this play. Ball on the 39.
But they want to fill you with ideas and thoughts where you feel like you always do know.
22 takes the handoff. Number
But most of
99
us don't.
with a takedown at the 33-yard line. They keep it on the ground and get the first down.
Good call there on third down by the old head coach.
Yeah, and also give credit to the big boys.
Keep carving out that
Excellent
independent
job
life,
of
Greg.
allowing the back to get nice yardage there.
They do follow it blindly like a religion. That's what it is. Yep. It's unfortunate.
First and 10. Ball on the 33. They come out with 4 wide out.
Oh, that happens to me once or twice a game where I read the comments and miss
And 15 to go. Ball on the
mess up on the
38-yard
play clock. Endless formulas that prove space. Yeah, that's another topic where it's like there's this endless propaganda about space. Oh yeah, my quarterback's getting on the move today.
22-yard line. A big gain for the quarterback.
I'll tell you what, guys.
Yeah,
That's pretty athletic.
exactly. You could make all the formulas to make it make sense
It was a design play,
based off the
but it looked like it
equation,
was.
but
And you're right. If
when
I'm
you
the
tie
coach,
it into
I'd let
reality
this kid
is
run it for
is
him.
what they're saying actually there. Again, another thing I do agree with.
It's first and 10. This is the 5th play of this drive. Defense lines up in a 3-4. Number 22 gets it on the inside. Missed tackle. Number 37
People
brings
just
him down.
get very uncomfortable when you
Good yardage on that one, Lee Corso.
talk about all the
Did
ways
the O-line
this
create a lane for him to
system
run
we are
through?
part of has lied to us. It's really sad
Number
and
22 lines up in the
disturbing,
deep back, I formation.
honestly.
Brought down at the 8. The halfback picks up a yard.
Well, it's how do you define smart? Like, there's people who are really great at one thing or a couple things, and their intelligence for those things are
The Scarlet
matched
Knight
by
line up in
few,
a 3-4.
right? So they could do those things very well, but when it becomes
Number 7 back to pass.
like
He's
a
looking.
jack of
Rolls
all
right.
trades and just having
Under
a
heavy pressure. He jukes him.
worldview based off
He
of,
just found the end zone.
you know,
Second
things
down.
that are
And as a defense, the
common
last thing you
sense,
wanna do is
and
give up rushing touchdowns to the quarterback.
you could see in reality they're just disconnected from that because they're good at those certain things and they're highly respected because of their intelligence and skills for those one or two things, but
And he hits the
when it
PAT.
comes to being a well-rounded person,
2 to go in the third
they
quarter.
get
Notre Dame
easily
27,
misled.
Rutgers, nothing. Notre Dame is
I'm
ready to kick
number
away.
17,
Number 31 and number 32 back ready to return.
and I'm kicking Rutgers' butt right now.
Kicks it off. Number 31 fields it in the end zone.
Yeah, the wise are selected, can't be taught. I mean, some of the things that I've researched over the years, I'm like, why do I keep doing this? Like, why am I being shown these things? Like, I just, because when I
The
compare,
Fighting
like,
Irish use a 4-man
compare
front
myself to the, you know, some of the
here. Number 12 gives it up
the
middle.
kids I
Number
grew up
16
with,
a takedown at the 19.
and like
A 1
how they
yard
would
gain
excel
by
at the
halfback.
tests that they were given as far as memorization and different things. And I would, there's like a good 10
Second and 9 coming up here. Ball on their own
kids in
19.
every class or so that I would consider smarter than myself.
Ace backfield.
But then when I look at them,
And there's a fumble. Number 16
now
recovering.
being able to follow them on social media and the things that they think and are missing these days, I'm just like, they do lack wisdom. They might have been smart at certain areas, but they're just buying into whatever they're told to do. It's ridiculous. Yeah, are the Simpsons making predictions, or are they just putting in predictive programming because they know what the script is?
It's second down and a long ways to go. Ball on the 9-yard line.
We definitely do need to contest the science. It needs to be proven by the scientific method, the things they think
Number
of.
12 drops back to pass. He
I mean, how
unloads
many
it.
people
Complete.
really
And they make
know
the stop at the 21.
I'd like to say
how
one thing.
how
The
any
reason they were able to
vaccine is
get
going
something out of
to
this play
affect the
is
body?
fact
How
that
many
the
people
quarterback had time
went
get rid of
like
the
to do
football.
the
Good job
science
up
when
front by the
before they
offensive line.
decide to
Don't
take
forget
one
the
or
nice
give it
play
to
by
their
the
kid?
running
They
back
don't
as
do
well.
it. Thanks, James Bond. I appreciate it.
They're down and 7. Ball on their own 21. The Scarlet
AA
Knights
membership
line up with
free
3 wide.
YMCA hours.
Drops back to pass. He throws it, and it's picked off.
So yeah, another
The 10,
big time
the
pick
5,
6 for the
and he's in
linebacker.
there. Touchdown. That last
Smoking
down
these
gives
guys.
this defense 2 on the day.
Not a good throw there, and the quarterback needs to make better decisions.
Felipe says, I can't believe they made predictions, just give accurate suggestions. Well, like I was talking about earlier, they want us to consent. They came out with this in November, right? They want us to get tested to access buildings and have negative tests. 2 of them. And they're saying this
And he
is
tacks on the extra
for the
point.
next
Just a few
spring
seconds
semester.
remaining now in the third quarter. And
So
our
that's
score,
another
Notre Dame
half a year, so
34,
they already know
Rutgers, nothing.
like
Notre
what
Dame
the virus
kicked
is
this one
capable of
off.
doing. Like, this makes absolutely no sense, and it's just part of the script that they were going to roll out. It's part of the plan. I mean, it's not even a secret. If you look on the World Economic Forum, the Great Reset, it's all over there. All the plans, the layouts, how well thought out it is, and they're just carrying it out. But more people buy into the propaganda that's on TV or on
Take over
social
at the
media,
21.
and you can't crack through to them.
The Fighting Irish come out.
You're
in
just
the
going to
fourth
keep
grade.
going along with it.
Number 12 steps back to pass. He lets it go, and it's caught. They'll bring him down at the 28. That's a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, it's pretty clear
And that'll
that
bring this quarter to an end. Folks, we've played 3.
34-0 end of the
Notre
third
Dame,
quarter.
34, Rutgers, nothing. They've switched sides, and these teams are all
Seattle
set to start
Seahawks
the
Stadium
fourth
was
and final
turning into
quarter.
Noah's Ark.
Second and 3 coming up. Ball on the 28-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously don't give us the best
Notre Dame
men
lines up defensively.
to lead.
4-3. Back to pass.
They give us the most controlled men and women to lead.
Nothing doing.
That's
Tackled
into
for
the
a loss
gutter.
on the play.
What's
That's
up,
a loss
Sean?
of about 5.
I'm surprised like how many people are still into the NFL, but I guess it gives them an outlet during all this mess.
4-3 defense.
And I know gambling's big, fantasy football.
He drops back. He
Oh,
passes.
user pick.
Intercepted.
It's all come together.
Not sure what the quarterback was looking at on that one.
Yeah, it cost him. He just threw his 3rd pick of the game.
Fellas, you got to give credit to this defense. They're taking advantage of each
Rutgers
and
is
every mistake
no
this
match.
quarterback
Now I
is
see
making.
why they're 2-8.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 26-yard
What's
line.
up, Bradley? Good to hear from you.
22
You
lines
pop
up as
in
a
every
single
once
back.
in a while.
Number 7 back to throw. Lets it
Oh, no one
fly.
was there on
And they
that
couldn't
slant.
look up on that one. And that will stop the clock.
Yeah, Brad, that doesn't make too much sense to me. You
got the lead. We're
Just
playing
run the
for
football.
points now.
Keep the clock running.
The
Not
fight
really, because
come out in a
I
two-tight
just
set.
have it as a
Here's
season.
the option left. And he's tackled at the
I'm not
16.
really planning on playing a
Remember one thing
dynasty.
that this coach said, they will
Because
force
if
it down
I
this
think I will
defense's throat
start doing
until
more
they
college
prove that
football
they can stop.
seasons, whether it's, you know, this game again or maybe 04, 05, 06, and probably switch up the team so it's not always Notre Dame.
They'll run the option.
But yeah, the dynasty,
Sheds a tackler.
oh, got crushed.
Number 41 brings him down at the 1.
I'll get worn out from that.
You know I love the option play. You get the chance to keep it or pitch it. Here the quarterback pitches it to the tailback, and they get a great pickup and another first down.
Yeah, you just got those few elite quarterbacks in the NFL, and that's pretty much
Number
it.
22, handoff. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
But I haven't watched
Touchdown there.
any games this
You can
season.
tell he really wanted
Oh
to
yeah,
get in
one
on that
game.
one.
I watched the Chiefs and Texans the first game of the season. It was mainly to see how bad the propaganda was going to be, which it was all there. I did a video on that on this channel. I did go to a friend's house, and they had it on the whole time. And you know, a bunch of my other friends from the softball team brought their kids there, so they were all playing, and they're all doing fantasy football, and they still watch and everything. But you know, the only thing I said is like, oh look, looks like they got some fans in the stadium. At least that's good in this day and age. I think it was when the Bears were playing the Panthers.
They'll go to work at the 20-yard line.
Week 17 games in January.
Defense lines up in a 4-3. Drops back to pass. Throws a lob pass out to the left.
Well, I know the last two teams have been the weakest teams that I've played, specifically Navy. But I also do think I am improving back to,
Second and 11. Ball on the
you know,
19-yard
previous skill set
line.
in this
Go
game
with the I formation.
back in the past. The thing that tells me that is that user pick. That's what I've usually been good at with the middle linebacker, just ball hawking the whole field, everything that I can see.
The back gets 3 on the carry.
How come they're shutting down the big cities? Because they're so big and so congested. That's where they feel like they can control people the most, whether it's by
It's third down and 8 to go. Ball on
having the
22.
police force there or just having the people control each other because they're already kind of on
The
edge.
Scarlet Knights come out in the
They also want to ruin all the businesses. The real estate will go down, so
Let's it go.
some bigwigs can
After that incomplete.
buy all that property cheap, and then when they decide to complete the Great Reset, they can make a lot of money by buying these properties cheap and then
4th and 8 coming up.
starting
Ball
it
on their own
all
22.
over again. I mean, it's like a real life version of Sim City, where you just build up, and then you tear it down.
22 signals for a fair catch. He hauls it in at the 36. They'll get the ball here at the
I mean, you
36.
can't go to like a small town in even Illinois
Two tight ends
and
here.
just try to shut it down.
Options out.
It's so spread out.
Pitches it. He spins. Number 93 with a takedown at the 41. They gain
It would
5
just be
yards
useless to do, but you know, they convince everyone to live in these close quarters because you give them all the stuff to do, like in the city of Chicago, and everything's so convenient, and your work's there, and you get around. But then, you know, you see how they use this to their advantage now in the reign of government tyranny. But I lived much closer to the city for 3 years in Logan Square. Me and my wife had a great time. We called ourselves Dinks, double income, no kids. And we just had a blast. You know, go out to eat a lot, go to some of the beer caves, hang out with friends.
Hey, that protection has got to get better because you don't want your quarterback to get smacked like that.
I really enjoyed it, but I would hate it living there now. I still live in Chicago, but I'm like as far out as you could go in the city blocks with
looking, he's rolling right. This one's thrown deep over the middle.
Oh, he had it.
Ball's incomplete. The clock will stop with that incompletion.
Boy, I don't understand that strategy at all. With the lead late in the game, you just
forgot what I was saying, but yeah,
that's not a smart decision.
In the big cities, if they lock them down, the people are gonna get pissed, and then they're gonna riot. There's not as much protesting the lockdowns as I would think there should be. But I do see this time around, like, individual business owners are now not complying.
He's looking for his man. Number 21 drops it.
So there's still some places open. Like right now, they want all the indoor businesses, restaurants, and bars to be closed in Chicago. You could offer outdoor seating, but this is not what I was trying to do. But there's still some places open,
Notre Dame calls a
you know,
timeout,
defying the orders. Because they know if they do, they're just going to go out of business, which is what it's designed to do. SimCity 3000 was the best looking, but I never played it. I think the one I played,
number 17 punts it, and it's a good one.
and I never really played a ton of it because it was always by someone else's house, but I played SimCity 2000. Not the original one. I actually played more of the original Sims.
Number 12, back in the gun. Number 12 drops back to pass.
And it made more sense to play that as a young kid versus like an adult playing it.
Boy, you talk about missed opportunities.
Because really you're just simulating like living a life. But I guess you could learn something from it as a kid.
So it's second and
like,
10.
oh, I gotta look at the newspaper and see if I can get a job in there. And I gotta take out the trash or else there's gonna be flies in my house. So there is some type of learning element to it as a younger person. Greg says, I dream of living the dink life. The dink life was good.
Third down, 15. Ball on their own 15.
My mom stole my SNES to play SimCity at least 50 nights. She beat every stage. Yeah, that's cool that it was on Super Nintendo. That SimCity.
He's looking. He's scrambling.
He's just waiting to get sacked.
Comes away with a sack.
Never played that one.
Yeah, they really cranked it up a notch on that series.
You decided you don't want children at the age of 20. Well, I have one and another one on the way soon. I would say you learn a lot from them. It's very fulfilling, but it's a lot of work.
Fourth down and a long ways to go. Ball on the 14.
What's up, Eli the Wolf?
And that's the end of the game. Kirk, what'd you think of this one?
Well, it's not the outcome they had hoped for. But
Scarlet Knights did not have a good go at this one.
Demolished by a much stronger, faster, and experienced football team.
Thanks for watching this game of NCAA football 2003.
Two shutouts in a row.
In this one, Notre Dame 41, Rutgers nothing. This is Brad Nessler for Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit.
Yes, sir, Eli. Yeah, I think, you want to live free. But, if you make those decisions at an early age, maybe it's cutting off certain paths for you, but you got to do what you want to do. Not a big passing game but quarterback, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's huge. Big time running attack. Oh, what's up, Pat? UNC had social justice on their jerseys instead of names. One just said fear. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, it's so ridiculous. This is why I don't watch. I just play these old games. I mean, college football is awesome. They play with a lot of energy. And, teams have prestige, and it's really a great thing, but they're just ruining everything. San Andreas, baby. Halo 2 came out. ESPN is killing itself. It's alienating the people that used to watch it. I mean, I think everyone who watched sports watched ESPN, and it was well liked up until probably, I don't know, somewhere in the last 10 years they started pushing more stuff that's outside of the sports realm, and now it's just unwatchable. Now let's save it up. Oh, wow. 15 years apart. 33 and 18. Wow. Your girl's name's Scarlett. She turned 16 this year. How's that, parenting a 16-year-old? I mean, is there anything left on ESPN worth watching? I can't believe, like, the bar that I go to by my house, they have ESPN on a lot. Like, I can't believe they still have that Around the Horn show on. That was terrible back when I used to watch it by my grandma's house because she had cable back, like, when I was going to community college. Like, I thought it was bad then. Is that why they fired Chris Berman? I really don't know the story. I thought maybe he just, got too old and didn't want to do it anymore. But yeah, he has a big personality and he's entertaining. Stuart Scott was awesome. Yeah, I would say right about when he passed away is when ESPN started getting pretty bad. He was one of the guys that you would look forward to watching on ESPN. At least I would. I never had cable growing up, but, went by a lot of different people's houses that had cable to watch sports. So I knew who all these guys were. Let's simulate through the week and see where Notre Dame's ranking. College football still good on ESPN. UNC was the lone bad actor. Got the most TDs as a QB. Oh, this will be a... See, how is this one not a national broadcast? Versus USC 7-4. Number 14. Ooh, we'll have to battle it for the jeweled shillelagh. Is that how you say it? Shillelagh trophy. That'll be a good matchup. Peyton left the Colts. Was that 2011? That long ago? Yeah, I guess so. Had some good years on the Broncos in a short stint. Let's take a look real quick at the top 25. Miami's still up there, 10-0. Texas 11-0. They're looking good for a national championship bid. Virginia Tech 10-1. Vic was already gone by now. They should have Marcus Vick, although I don't know if they start him in this game. The last Denver run killed ESPN. Oh yeah, Leinart, Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush was fun to watch. Marshall's up there at 9-1. I don't know. With their record, they're really that high. I mean, with the teams they play. Florida State, I lost to. They're 9-3, but they're still up there. I guess my schedule's been kind of weak, but I'm still up at 14. Oklahoma with a huge win over Texas Tech. Reggie Bush on this game? That's a good question. I don't know. I'd have to look up when he played. It gets foggy, you know, when you're playing games that are, what, 17, 18 years old now? Hard to believe, but it is what it is. Let's look at the player stats real quick. $11 TDs, 7 picks, so not great passing stats. But rushing wise, well, he might get a 1,000-yard season. I don't know how many more games I have left. Quarterback with 572 to help out. So we're definitely a rushing team. And then number 21 is my big time receiver. 6 TDs, 617 yards. What's up, Shalabay? We missed all the good talk earlier. I took care of Rutgers pretty easily. Reggie Bush was featured at the start of the Notre Dame game this week. It's still somewhat exciting to watch in the NFL for a while, but nowhere near how he was in college. You went a whole week without a show? No, I did. I played this game on Saturday, if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, I think it was Saturday, so it's only been a few days. Tomorrow should be slapping it with Slapshot. For those of you guys that don't know, Sean is my cousin. He lives in Indiana. Driving wise, only about an hour and 15 minutes from my house. But yeah, he is my cousin. So he's been doing that on Wednesdays. You know, I got the whole crew of the retro sports gamer guys, but the cool thing is their participation in the channel goes in and out. Like sometimes you got Green Magic doing his jam rules, or you got my brother randomly coming on and playing wrestling games or streaming at 3 a.m. You had Mort and DPS locking down the Demon Tap on Mondays, playing for 8 hours. And yeah, so everyone chips in when they can. But I try to be the one steady that's always streaming, playing these games. And then, so right now, Sean's stepping up to the plate. And he's doing some streams. Been playing his online leagues like NHL 94. I know he's done Tecmo before for those online leagues. You want to stream your PS3, but you don't know how? There is some hula hoops to it, because when that system came out, they didn't want you to stream, and then they realized that they can, you know, people were marketing their games, so by PS4, they made it so you could do it straight from the console, which is a huge turnaround. I'll be playing Inside Drive 04. The thing is, I have to play 2 games at least, because it's best out of 3 series, so I have to make sure I have the time for that. Only family member in California. California, this got to be a rough one right now. I have brother-in-law and family over there in San Diego. Should do Monday nights at the RSG Speakeasy. Yeah, we did have the Monday nights going for a long time. I did ask the guys if they wanted to try the Bar by Me to do Mondays, but didn't get enough yeses to do it. And now things will be changing for me with a new addition to the family, so it's going to be tough to do now anyways. 6 hours of old Tecmo tournaments. The David Fulcher Cincinnati tournament was epic. The guy doing the Marv Albert impersonation had me rolling. Did you watch it on this channel? Because we did stream that that tournament at least once on the channel, and it was a huge hit. That one's got a lot of views compared to the other live tournaments that we streamed. But we had Fulcher on the channel. Yes, yeah, it was a good one. That's one of the more fun Tecmo tournaments in the country. They didn't do it this year. They did some kind of charity stream, played Tecmo, but we'll see what happens next year. I'm not counting on anyone throwing anything big, which is really sad and unfortunate. But if you can't get people to come out, why would you go through the effort to throw an event? Yeah, you missed the game. I'm just wrapping up here. I crushed Rutgers. It was a good game, though. We had a good talk about some stuff. Fulcher's been on Zooms. No NBA Inside Drive tonight. Shelby might stream a ball game tonight. All right. If you do, I'll try to check it out as I'm falling asleep. So yeah, I don't think I have too much left in the season. Let me see. Yeah, this is my last game. So I think if I win this game, I'll have a chance of being in the top 10. The loss to Florida State probably a few weeks back clinched my not having a chance at the national championship. But if I win this one, I think I'll be top 10 and I'll get in a big bowl game. While Navy's 0-11. Terrible. Look at this last game. Miami versus Virginia Tech. A lot riding on that one. I'm doing well, John. I hope the same to you. So that's going to do it for tonight, guys. Thanks for coming and hanging out, checking out the stream. Should be back on tomorrow night with my cousin Sean, Slapshot Sean. We'll be probably playing some NHL, maybe some other games, and other people join him. So look forward to that. And I'll see you guys later. Take care.